What is going on, everyone? My name's Boit, and I'm back with some more Age of Mythology Retold action. Spawning in the bottom of the map, in the blue color, playing as Poseidon. He's calling himself Raylap, but if you read it backwards, it's player. He is partner today. In the yellow color, playing as Uranus, it's Tunison. Their opponents today, in the green color, playing as Ra, his name is Recon. His partner today, in the red color, playing as Poseidon, it is Themista. We've got ourselves an absolutely cracked game here, guys. I'm just fixing up my scroll speed because whatever reason my arrow keys aren't working at the moment. But guys, this is going to probably be, this might be the highest level 2v2 that has ever been played on Age of Mythology Retold up until this point. You've got arguably the best team game player to have ever played the game in player. I mean, there's a couple other players you can put in that conversation, but he's well and truly in the conversation for the top team game player ever. You've got Tunison over here, who's consistently in the top 10 in Age of Mythology on the ladder. You've got, on this side, you've got Recon, runner-up at Red Bull Wallaloo. And then over here, we've got Mr. winner of Red Bull Wallaloo. So, let's just say that this is a kind of a big deal. This is kind of a big deal, guys. This is kind of a big deal. I'm really, really excited to watch this one. This is going to be a lot of fun. We've already got a cheeky little, what do we call this? Hermes coming through here. I'm still not 100% sure how to read anything going on. If I go over to here. Okay, so if I go through the players, we can see what players are going. So we're going to see Oceanus coming through for Tunison. On the other side here, Mr. is going to be going through Hermes. And finally, Recon here, he's probably going to be thinking about going through Dar, but he's taking his time. There's no rush to get to the Heroic Age, or not the Heroic Age, Classical Age as Ra, especially in a 2v2. Because the game starts much slower. The map's much bigger. It takes a long time to get over the other side of the map. In fact, I would go so far in to say that it's probably worth it to advance later, more often than not. We are seeing a lot of really fast advance times from these players, though, because they all know Mr. likes a really, really good rush. He likes getting on the aggressive. We do see a cheeky little Oracle has picked up Dwarven Horseshoes, taking that one away from Mr. is going to be really big. Mr. is playing as Poseidon. That's going to be a big deal. We've got ourselves a stable coming up on this position as well for the Mr. He wants to get that one going. Over here. No. How do I change this? It's over here. So Mr. at the moment does not have himself the resources or the favor to get himself a Deuterino, but he is putting some pressure on. We do see those citizens turn around, getting a shank. And that is a dead Katoskopos right there. As more units are starting to pile in here for Mr. up on this position. He's just going to be finishing up that Rhino. He's got himself the giraffe there as well, already dead, but the lure getting placed in the second age, really, really nice. Meanwhile, we are going to be seeing the Caladria on this spot here, going to be getting taken out. No, it's impossible to kill Caladria. She's too strong. As the villagers, simply put, going to be pulling back. Player at the moment, not really sure. He is just getting himself up a stable, and we're kicking this game off fairly standard-like. On this position, we are seeing the Centaur trying to get a little bit of harassment over onto Recon, as Recon's now got himself that Sphinx out, and everything else is going very, very swimmingly over here. Meanwhile, on this position, we've already got Tunison starting up the Sky Passage shenanigans, but a Centaur from the Mr. is already hot in pursuit here as he spots that one nice and early, and he's going to be able to at least idle these citizens, if not get some damage. But it's very, very hard to do anything there, as we're seeing. Well, you do see a Mermilla hero is in. There is also going to be that Hippias, and I love that little cheeky play there from Mr. He doesn't manage to kill any of those giraffes, but he sends them away from the giraffe, as that villager is going to go going to go not scouting, but looking for another place to hang out, as the village is going to have to jump back into the Sky Passage, and Mr. has got the early game on his side right now. Meanwhile, in this position, we've got player still pushing forward, looking for something to do. There's still no second town centers getting placed down by anyone at this point. His relics are picked up by the Themista. He's got himself Pandora's Box, which is going to make his myth units even cheaper. In his main base, he's currently floating to 14 favor, so he wants to get himself that centaur, but doesn't need to just yet. There's no rush. He can wait. He can get the cheaper centaur with Pandora's Box and live the dream there, as the Atlanta manages to snipe down a Caladria. That's going to be a huge help for him here, as Tunison needs to pull back. Pressure mounting on this position as the unit's going to be pulling back, but now player is in the defense here, coming over, going to be pushing the Mr. back, and Mr. very, very quickly and smartly going to start retreating. But this does give Recon all the time in the world to do whatever he wants to do. And at this moment, he's getting himself Hierarcho Sphinx. He's going for a second town center, and he's going to be looking for some raids very, very shortly here, I'm sure. As do we see that centaur getting sniped out? He might. It's very close, and we are going to be seeing the centaur of Mr. has been sniped. Good defense here from team player and team Tunison. Did we see? Wow. But Mr. spots it. Mister's here. He's got the Katoskopos. No, that's player. That's player's Katoskopos. Never mind. Never mind. Mister doesn't know. He's got no idea. He's got no idea. This is the danger of playing. Wait. He knows. He knows. Now the Hippias are going to come over here and try and take this one out. But the big thing is, if our main man Tunison is in position, he can simply just teleport over there and it's fine. He can defend. He can defend this Sky Passage. One Oracle over here going to be the bearer of bad news, as that one gets sniped down. A couple of Mamilo are going to come over here and push back for the time being. In the main base over here, the Sphinx going to be going at it onto those Hippias, as we do see a cheeky little shockwave coming down. Where is that Sphinx going? As we do see some building blockage coming in onto this position here, as the Sphinx going to attempt to break through this one. They can push through the goats there if they want. That's not a building block, so to speak. It's just a little bit of a slowdown there, as player going to be deleting those buildings. Units still chasing in, and the Sphinx still in a retreating pattern here. No Atlanta out, or at least I'm not sure where that one is, as the units over here do get kind of caught out, as the Mr. says it's time to fight. But those Tunison units, they're moving fast. 5.3 speed means he's probably going to lose one, but he can just pull back, no problems. This Tunison Mermillo will get sniped down. He's got to pull that one back, get it healed back up with those Caladria. But this game at the moment, very, very close, as we see on the back side of the map here. Town Center coming up here for the Themista, but that one gets denied. Just a little bit of resources lost there. There is a Pharaoh over here from Recon. Can use that one to come take out that Carnivora if is so needed, as the Atlanta has to come over and take that one down. And now a town center very easily. Oh, no! Tunison! You build a village center, my dude! You build a village center! You build a village center! That's not what we need! Oh, dear. Oh, dear. On this side over here, the Mermillo very, very focused in onto fighting this position. And we see ceasefire. The Mr. is in a little bit of a challenging spot. Village center is coming up. Player's still without his own second town center. He's got quite a few units out at the moment. There's a very, very big advantage to be had in terms of military right now. I was going to say there's a big advantage in military for... I don't know how accurate this is. It looks to me like there's more dudes out for Team 2 than there is for Team 1. But for some reason, there's more dudes. It says there's more dudes here for Team 1. Go figure. I think this might be flipped. Not sure. No idea. I've got no idea. Because over here, there's more villages, right? No, but that makes sense for these guys to be more villages as well. And village center and settlement. Tunison is going for a 3-town center play. And I don't believe... Wait. They just know. The scouting is just so absurdly good. As we do see some Hippias coming in onto this position here for player. As Heroic Age is true for player as well, he is going to get some significant damage done onto Recon, whose villagers are in a very big retreat right now. Player is not going to be allowing that in the slightest, as the Hippias are coming around onto the other side of the tree line here, getting a bit of a body block to get a bit of that happen. We've got the Atalanta in there to take out those Sphinx to boot. Lots and lots of villager kills here. No need to drop the curse either. Huge advantage right now for player. He's definitely equalized at the very, very least in terms of the differential here. Shockwave coming down from Tunison to help out on that position, as now Themista going to come over and attempt to help out, but this is heavy Hippias for player as he is putting the max pressure on. Meanwhile, Centaur coming in onto this spot as well. If we take a quick look at this little cheeky thing here, 92 population here with 36 villagers for player, and if we check out Recon, he's at 48. So Recon is still fine, but he's without gold. Meanwhile, on the other side of the map, those Mamilo are still chasing around, looking for something to kill, looking for gold villagers to take out here, as the army here for player coming in, pushing off of the farms over there. Some spearmen are coming through. Unfortunately for player, he didn't go through Dionysus here, so he's not going to have access to that Thracian horses tech, which might be enough for him to actually win these fights and stay alive in a really, really big way. But spearmen just do not cut the mustard against this sort of an army just yet. Meanwhile, Mister, he's playing very, very defensively. He has to, but Tudis has been using his god powers to help out player quite a bit in this game. So we will be seeing those Mamilo retreating for the time being. Tunison is on 3 town centers at the moment. So he's got, well, 2.75 town centers at the moment. So he is getting quite a few resources in as the spearmen coming in onto this position. Curse getting dropped down. Villagers caught out. Villagers going to be retreating away. Those CPS do not need to chase the villagers there. They need to go after, sorry, they don't need to chase the spearmen there. They need to go after those villagers. Does manage to take down quite a few of the spearmen over here as the raid is going to be coming through. Lots more villagers going down now. Centaur is getting some good damage done on the back. More Hippias coming in. Now, Mister in hot pursuit to defend here. Tunison needs to get in here and help out as well. Chaos getting dropped down there onto the Mister. Cavalry onto that position there as those Mamilo going to be swinging in, and all of the momentum is currently in the hands of Tunison and player here as Mister and Recon are in a very, very challenging position moving forward. What can they do? Those barracks getting empowered up here as best as possible over on this position. The Mamilo are going to be checking out something else over there as well. The mining camp's going to be going down on this spot. We do see a cheeky little wall coming up on this position as well as a market coming down for the Mister there, as he needs to think about trades. The villagers now on this goal. If we take another look at the villager count per player, 47 for player. Over here for the Mister is at 60, 78 for Tunison, and 39 for our main man Recon at the moment. As all of the forward map control here firmly in the hands of Tunison and player. What can Mister do to pull this one out? Pull the rabbit out of the hat. Mister's still in a completely fine position. He hasn't really taken that much heat in this game. He's actually playing. He's got the Centaur. He's got the Hippias. He's got the strong composition here. As do we see Aphrodite? Yes, Aphrodite is in. So a lot of those Hippias do fall. And our player's probably going to need to retreat back. But we see the rain coming down. Units still pushing forward. There is an Atalanta here to come through in an attempt to take out that Centaur. Villagers getting pushed off at the gold mine as the units are going to be piling through. Where are Recon's units at the moment? It's still a very, very favorable. It still says military score is in favor of Mister and Recon. I think that's those Centaur here really inflating that score to some degree, as we see the Carnivora getting dropped down in this position as Spearmen now going to be coming through in an effort to push forward. Centaur on this spot here. Need to get that Atalanta onto those Centaur on the back, but not able to do so as the Spearmen managed to take that one out. And now Mister and Recon have defended as Tunison player overcommit ever so slightly. Town Center is up for player. Fortress is coming down. Military Academy coming down to boot. Units retreating back. So all the units here are falling, and now Mister knows he's probably got the military advantage in a really big way now. So he's going to be able to push forward and start. Yeah, this has got to be flipped. Wait, if I hit Alt-T, what happens? No? Both of them flip. I got no idea, but the population is identical. Identical here. A lot of forward barracks are up. We do see those palaces are through as well. I'd love to see some catapulties in here for Tunison, but he's not got them just yet. Now this position is under a lot of pressure here, and I think the best option might just be to sack this spot, go back home and just call it a day, get the economic advantage going, get up to full population, and then have a good game here, as it's a very simple thing to just retreat away. There's also 2 sky passages here, so no real rush, so to speak. Has to be careful to pull his units out of here. Grab a 3rd town center. He can go next age. We are seeing player now. He is going for the Mythic Age, and he is going for what? Artemis. Big earthquake on this main town center is going to be absolutely brutal to Recon. We're also seeing Mythic Age coming through for Tunison here as well, as he's going to get that newly buffed Hecate out. I think this is going to be the first time I've personally seen this one getting used. The Tartarian Gate was buffed, and we'll see how things are going to go as those Hippias are now across the map. Mr. knows he needs to get value here out of them. Barracks are coming down, but this is not fully protected, as the army coming in an attempt to defend this one. The villagers will be able to simply just retreat and run into the sky passage, so we will lose 1, maybe 2 of these. So we see a couple more counter barracks are coming up here. 2 citizens going down. Not really any of an issue here for Tunison. He's on 3 town centers basically, so he has got already up to his full, basically up to his full villages there, as both the Mythic Ages will be coming in. We see on the back position over here, Tartarian Gate coming down onto this spot. Villagers retreating away, as those Tartarian spawns are going to start hitting really, really hard. The units are going to be coming in here as well. Where is the earthquake going to be dropped? You don't want to drop it onto the Themista. And player knows, why don't you want to drop it onto the Themista? As we do see the raids getting defended over here, because the Themista has got Poseidon, and that means a lot of those militia are going to be coming through, as the army going to all retreat back to take out this Tartarian Gate. You've got to deal with it, otherwise a lot of villages, buildings are all going to die. Meanwhile, on the front here, barracks getting broken down. Shockwave gets dropped down somewhere. Where are the Tunison units in the main base over here trying to chase down those speedy Hippias of the Themista? We are seeing a town center up in the center of the map here as well, or starting, as the Hippias are going to come around and attempt to maybe snipe a villager on the retreat path. Nice find there for the Themista, but it's not a huge win if he loses all those Hippias afterwards, and he will be doing so. That's a completely fine trade there, as now the army of both Themista and Recon working together beautifully here to chase away player, as now Tunison can join in, and it does look like he doesn't even care. He's got that Chimera in the burn on top of all of those units. We see Recon going to be retreating away, as all of those Mr. Militia going to be falling as well. Great decision there. That special attack by the Chimera is absolutely brutal, ladies and gentlemen, as Recon pulls back in. The Themista on the back over here, looking to come around and try and defend himself as well. We are seeing the barracks getting broken down here to boot. Is that a Mythic Age as well? There is a Mythic Age now through for the Themista, and he's going to be able to earthquake somewhere. He can earthquake on a town center. He can earthquake in the main base. He can whatever he really wants to do here, but can he figure this one out and get to a point where he's going to be able to carry Recon, who is in a very, very challenging position? We've also got a whole bunch of hoplites in, as we see the Eclipse and Locust spreading out across that army. You might not think it did very much, but I'm here to tell you, I think it did. I think it did quite a bit, as that's a spearman army. It has no business beating all of these hoplites. Chimera is also in here, which is now trying to take down the Hyroko Sphinx there as well. Meanwhile, on this position, Tunison tries to break through in the main base. We do see the earthquake coming down. It's going to be a lot of building destruction there as well. Forward fortress coming up, as it's looking like the army of the Mr. and Recon are able to push back, as player and Tunison needs to figure out how to regroup here and not throw their advantage after losing that fight too badly. We're seeing another palace up for Tunison as well, in an effort to just slow down, I guess, the enemy of the Mr. and Recon. And look at this, the Mr. has now found himself in a score lead here after all of the chaos that player and Tunison have put him under. He's been very, very, what's the word? Yeah, resilient in this game. That's the word I'm looking for. But the game is still very fresh. Villager differential, there's a huge advantage in villagers right now. Where is it? There's 100 villagers, 91, 98, 68. So the villager advantage firmly in the grasp of player and Tunison, which should mean, technically speaking, they can get themselves back up to full population first. And there's another problem in this game that Themista and Recon will have to deal with. And that's that Ra, Egyptian, does not have the best late game in the world, especially... Actually, never mind. I take it all back. He does, but he needs to move away from these barracks units and take into Camel Riders. He's got Sobek, Dark Waters. Osiris means what? Desert Wind, Camel Riders. So he does have a really, really good late game. So this game is going to be very close. There are Spirited Charge. This is kind of why I would love to see the Dionysus here from player. Getting that Thracian Horses does mean that your Prodromus become insane against pretty much everything. It can be thrown your way, as the units right now that player are making just not the right units here to deal with what Mr. has got. Meanwhile, on the other side of the map, Tunison is starting to move forward. He's got a whole bunch of those Arcus out on the front, but those Arcus will get absolutely dominated by a whole bunch of Hippias here, so he's got to be a little bit careful. But we are seeing Catapultis in on this position. Meanwhile, over here, Recon still trying to just defend and get himself set up on the forward position here, but it's 3 town centers, 4 town, like it's 8 town centers at the moment. I mean, that's just a population differential, but 410 versus 380, that's not really a big deal. This fight can still go on here as the Catapultis pushing in. He doesn't have to retreat at the moment, but he does need to be getting himself that champion infantry, because those Hippias are really, really strong. But Catapultis more than defend against the Hippias spam right now. We're also seeing Contarius coming through as Tunison is building every unit under the sun, and the Mr. is going to have to start thinking about the next point in this game. He's got no gold mines left in his main base. This gold mine on the front here is about to expire. He's got 2 gold mines up on this position here, but I'm sure Tunison is going to be thinking about checking those very, very shortly. And in fact, he probably knows about it because he's running straight by that position there as well. As player versus Recon has kind of moved into a little bit of a 1v1, and that means he's going to be more than happy to push forward. Those units here of player not really attacking as best as they possibly can there, as they're not kind of running all around here. The heroes need to get onto the Pitsukos on the back here as the army. Whose army is winning here is the big question. Player at the moment, 156 population over to Recon, 110 population. Recon is getting removed yet again in this game. Mr. needs to get over there and assist him as the Toxotes taken out villagers. That's that Artemis upgrade there with the venomous bonus damage coming in. What is it called? I don't get to know because I'm not on his setting. Over here we got Shafts of the Plague. Those Toxotes are doing like 0.25 bonus divine damage over 6 seconds. Absolutely gigantic. Meanwhile, on this position, you've got the Catapultis going at it here as well, as the Hippias are going to be pulling back. Big Doll Stronghold going to get taken out on the front, as well as those Axemen are going to be pushing through. And can Recon figure out how to defend? He's so far behind here, but he is very, very resourceful. And he's not going to want to give up with the Mr. on his team here. The Mr. on the other hand, though, in all honesty, he isn't actually beating Tunison at the moment. Tunison's in a completely fine position, but more and more of these upgrades are coming through here for player. See a whole bunch of oracles in queue as well. He's got 7 oracles in queue, but we've got Osiris on the way right now for Recon, and this is going to be a really, really big help, as we do have the Hippias coming through for the Mr. at the moment as well. Meanwhile, in this position, Villagers getting pushed back. Gold mine is almost gone. There is a gold mine over here as well. The Mister's mining that one, but player is also over there. So if he ever looks at the minimap and sees some red dots there, it's going to be a very big challenge. And in that moment, the Mister says GG, as the team, player, and Tunison manage to find a victory against 2 of the best 1v1 players in Age of Mythology. Wow! Ladies and gentlemen, what an insane game this was. Player, Tunison worked together beautifully. It's almost like they played 100 games before, 1,000 games before in team games. They used their god powers to help each other out. They were moving around the map in sync, hitting timings together, attacking on that back gold mine together. They did everything amazingly. And as the old adage says, a team of champions beats a champion team. No, a team of champions does not beat a champion team. We got it there in the end. If you guys enjoyed this one, please consider hitting the follow on the Twitch. Don't forget to follow Themista, Recon, Tunison. I don't know if player streams anymore, but all three of these guys stream. I'll put them in the description box below. I'll see you guys in the next game.